Hello everybody, I am doing some cat grooming this afternoon. I actually have stopped taking on cat grooming clients because I had some hand operations and my hand wasn't working. I'll just give you a quick flash, but I've had you see that my hand, I don't have the same grip and stuff like that, but the cats that I do groom are very good, and they don't give me a bit of trouble, and as you can see, very good. And they come on a regular basis, so it's not like I'm doing, you know, line trims and having to manoeuvre them around, which in an ideal world, I don't really want to be clipping off cats. You know, they're designed to be long haired, and if you can't maintain it, don't have one. So, or three, as this lady has. So they all come together, and they're very well looked after. They sort of come every 8 weeks for general maintenance. They've all got sort of different types of coat, and well, they're pretty much, well, they're all Persians, but they've got different types. So as in, say, types, Pearl here is very fluffy, and she gets a lot of undercoat. Out of all of them, she has the most. It sort of throws out all of a sudden, and she has a lot, whereas you'll see Teddy and oh gosh, I've lost your name, Rita. Rita, her coat is sort of quite smooth on the top, and it's all round her end and her chest, and you know, underneath that she's got it more. So I'm just going to give them a really good groom out, and obviously with the cats I always use cat safe products, because obviously they lick themselves a lot more than the dogs. They like to constantly groom themselves, so it must be a cat safe product. At the moment I'm using the Hyper Knot, which you can use on cats, which is available from Secret Weapon. So I will save this video and reload it on YouTube later. So I tend to use a lot of combs with cats because they have got sensitive skin. I use a lot of combs and fingers, and I move around a lot so they don't get cheesed off with me. I also give their ears and their eyes a wipe, and on like these ones, because they're indoor cats, I tend to do their nails and trim their pads over, just because it keeps them, when they're going in their cat trays and things like that, the cat litter and muck's not sticking to their feet, because they tend to flick it out. It gets stuck to the feet and then they flick it out. I don't know if anybody said anything, but so I'm just literally going through with a comb, just trying to loosen it all up for now. And I go down in sections at a time. If they get a bit cheesed off, I just move to a different area. they tend to get it a lot around their ears, under their neck, all the friction areas. Under their arms. I say arms, their legs, you know. It's really just a bit tedious, you know, but it's quite therapeutic once you get going. Yeah. And I can use my fingers because these long bits here, they're sort of at the end of their shelf life, so I just comb it through. And when I can see it's all like, all that. And that's the stuff that sticks in and creates all the mats. You can see it's a bit staticky, so I use a bit of spray so it sits nice. I always use lots of different combs. I like to start with the wider side first, and then I work my way through with to the shorter, smaller teeth. So just, it's nicer for them, it just gets broken up easier. So I just thought I'd come on and share my cat grooming this afternoon. You can put it onto the comb as well. If they don't like it, if you're spraying it on them, you can spray it on the comb and then it will glide in. So this is Pearl. I've been grooming her since she was a kitten. As you can see, she is not bothered in the slightest. That's the thing, you see, if you get them young and they've had their injections, get yourself a cat groomer. You know, if you've got like a long, you know, one that needs, you know, a lot of maintenance. And you know, you do whatever you can yourself, and then a good cat groomer will go through them and do a nice professional groom for you. And it'll then, in between times, it'll make it easy for you to comb them. And just, you know, every couple of months, have a regular groom. Dead simple. And then they don't get matted, and you don't have all that expense of having them clipped off and making them uncomfortable. Because they look beautiful with all their hair. Oh, we went to 100, now it's gone back to 17. Who have we got? Who's with us? Who's with us? Anybody? Anybody? lovely, Pearl. Oh, let's just turn you. Good girl. Just turn you a bit. It's a good girl. Good girl. I know, you like to be a pancake and not be turned. I need to get under this bit, don't I? Good girl. And I don't bath them. I just groom them. My kitten attacks me when I brush him. Well, you know, you might want to try a bit of food reward. You know. Or let them, you know, do something else. It's a thing you have to build up with a cat. You can't go straight in. You build it up over time. So if you start young, you know, when they're nice and relaxed, you can introduce things, you know, so it's a pleasant experience. Always do it when they're nice and relaxed. And always start at the nice areas, like their head. They love their head, you know, their head and their face. Massaged. So I always sort of go back up towards the head as a reward. I'll do some, and then I'll move back up to the head. There's always got to be something in it for you, hasn't it, with the cats? You have to keep removing it because it gets everywhere, doesn't it, Pearl? I mean, ideally, you don't want to go straight and attack them with a brush or a comb or whatever. You know, you want to be able to touch them nicely first, you know, and then you sort of start with other things that you can be massaging them with and get them used to sort of being touched before you introduce anything else. And with cats, if they're not handled at a sort of young age, you can lose that with them quite early on. You've got to be ever so patient as well. You've got to have patience with cats. Yeah. Who's there? I do find not many people talk to me on this platform. Don't know why. Good girl. Thank you for the likes. Good girl. This is the least fluffy I've ever seen you, I think. Let's just trim this foot as well. The last foot to trim. Okay. That's what we've got off so far. Yes. I'll just go with my wide one first, and then I'll start breaking it up with one down. You see, I've got a lot of combs here. All different combs. I'll just try to work my way down. And to get off as much as I possibly can, dead coat wise. So the coat's nice and free flowing. And then I'll also go with my banded comb, which I'll show you how much, which is just a comb with an elastic band on, which really helps grip the dead coat. You can have all these fancy tools, and elastic band around a comb will just be just as effective, if not more. You've got lots of cat litter in you. And I've just taken a little tiny bit away from my bottom as well. It's quite a slidey surface, so I don't have to keep picking her up. I just sort of slide around like this. So I don't have to keep picking her up and handling her too much. There's a lot I can do just with her sitting here like this. And then we go back to the face again, don't we? Yeah. Just look at her face. Just look at this face. Look. Look. Isn't she gorgeous? I can also do this. So I can get to this area. Okay. They are quite placid as a breed, the Persians. They're a bit like quiet dogs. So I think any clumpy bits now are sort of all freed up. So then it's just a case of going back round with her. Because that's pretty much, if I just get that now, there's not really that much coming out. So once I feel like this is just gliding through, then I'll drop down one. And I know these like long bits here, I can just pull my fingers, they just come out very easily. Just very easily. Yeah. See, that's pretty much gliding through with that one. So then I'll drop down one. People tend to neglect this area as well, or the actual legs as well. And in these joints here, where they sit, this is the least amount of hair I've got off you. I think we did a big groom last time, didn't we? When all you... It stayed nice. So even though these legs here needs combing, because they get impacted as they're licking them. I'm not getting a lot out with that either now, so let me just go to the finer one. Okay. And sometimes if I locate something that I think needs breaking down a little bit more, I go with my wider one and then I go back with my other combs. And you can also do it that way. You can pull the comb through, sort of like you're breaking it through that way to help break it all up. And then I'll go through my banded comb and you'll see how much I get with the banded comb once this is all free. Got a bit of a dirty ball there, let's just scoop that up. Get one of my wipes. banded comb. So, comb. Banded comb. And all that is an elastic band weaved in and out of her. And the amount of hair that I will get out now is unbelievable. We need to get as much dead coat out as we possibly can. It floats around everywhere. See? Very good today, Pearl. Not half as much hair as I normally get out. We must have just caught you in time. See, not if you know when you've got it out, when the banded comb's not getting anything out. There we go, sweetie. My little munchkin. Hardly any coming out now, so just gonna go. So what I do is a check that we've no knots, and then I do a check, and then I do a final check. Don't we? I have a good feel. And make sure there's no hidden lumps. You see how gorgeous. And then we'll give your face a little wipe. Good girl. There's a little bit more on this side here, isn't there? Just a case of lifting it up and going down in sections. I'm eating you, Pearl. So it's got to be combed through all the way to the skin. Good girl. Right, let's do a final check. There's a bit there. lots of little folds under there, haven't you? Skin folds. Have a feel. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Right, so there is Pearl. There is all her hair. There we go, sweetie. Right, so let's just do your ears and your face. Yeah. Nice clean ears, haven't you? A little bit of waxy stuff there. Beautiful. Next one. There we go. Nice. Nice clean ears. Let's give that a comb. Okay, and we can do these are use these for eyes as well. Okay. Nice. Yeah. Ooh. Like that. Beautiful. So there's lovely Pearl. Ooh. There we go. On then, straight in. There you go. Match your tail. There we go. Nice and easy. Maintenance groom. No, neither. Sorted. Right, let's move all that. So that's all. I like to show Mum what I've got on. So that's Pearls. There you go. Everything white. Right, let's see who's coming next. Let's have a look at Rita. Ooh, Rita can be a little bit more vocal at times. Yes, I did say your name. Hello, chicken. Hello. You got your tongue sticking out. There we go. There we go. Here's Rita. Hello, sweetie. How are you? You're a bit more, there's a bit lumpy there. Lumpy bumpy. I find if you get the corner of it and just get the corner and just tease it a bit at a time, it'll come out easy. Obviously I hold the skin as well, the base of the skin, so it doesn't pull. You can use your fingers just to break it up. There we go, sweetie. Gone. Gone. Painless. There we go. Right, so let's have a look at your head. It's a little bit clumpy. You can see you've got more of a neck, haven't you? Because Rita's sort of, and this is like, this part's a lot different, not as fluffy. Right, let's do your feet first and your nails.